Let's get to the latest on Marc Cucurella. Chelsea have reached an agreement in principle to sign him from Brighton for £52.5 million, but a deal has not been completed for the left-back. Numerous sources involved in the deal have told Sky Sports News a deal has been agreed in principle, but Brighton have since denied a deal has been reached. This is the short statement released by Brighton last night. Contrary to inaccurate reports from numerous media outlets this evening, no agreement has been reached with any club to sell Marc Cucurella. And Mark, looking at that statement from last night, Brighton making it very clear their stance in this deal.
Welcome to the modern world of transfers in the summer of 2022, thanks to two football clubs and a big chunk of social media. This is essentially what we have to deal with at Sky Sports News. You get told one set of piece of information by one side, you get told one set of information by the other side, and then somewhere in the middle is the truth. And we have to try and give that to the fans and be as accurate and as fair as possible. Now, this is clearly a bit of a situation that's going on. It's been going on for a number of weeks. First, it was Manchester City. Now it's Chelsea. You've got a player that's handed in a transfer request. He wants to leave Brighton. He wants to play at a bigger Premier League side. And clearly Brighton want to protect and invest in a player that they spent a lot of money in. And they believe he's got a long-term future at the football club. He signed a long-term deal. He's still got 4 years left on that deal. So the situation is quite clear. We're being told one thing by certain sources, that the deal is agreed in principle. However, the football club, and rightly so, have said there's no deal agreed. Now, knowing Tony Bloom and Paul Barber, the two men at the top of the tree at Brighton as I do, they are very stern and fierce negotiators, both with vast experience in the transfer window. Brighton have never sold a player for less than they're prepared to sell him for. You saw that with Ben White, you've seen it with Dan Burn, you've seen it with a number of players that have left the football club. Only when it suits Brighton will they sell. And this is very much the case with this situation. I think what you're learning here is the difficulties that transfers are in the modern world, because there'll be 2 or 3 agents for the football club, there'll be players, agents attached to the deal, there'll be players, agents attached at the Chelsea end of things, and it just becomes a bit of a mess, and this is essentially what this has become. Is there a chance he'll still leave? Absolutely. Is there a chance that Tony Bloom will turn around and say, no, I want you to fulfil some more of your contract. I want you to be here at Brighton because we value you that highly and we don't need to sell you financially. So it's a bit of a messy situation. I probably made a bit of a mess of that myself. However, I think that's symbolic of this situation overall.
I think what it shows, though, as well, is that the smaller clubs aren't prepared to get bullied by bigger clubs. Back in the 90s and the millennials times, we'll all remember. I'm sure we're all of age. Maybe not Kyle. He's a bit, the bigger clubs could always come and knock on the door. Right, we'll have him, and him. And sometimes smaller clubs would have to say, oh, well, we need that money. And I think, like what you said there about the two people at the top of the tree there, it just shows that Brighton are a really well-run football club and they're going to do this on their terms. And just in terms of Cucurella leaving and maybe going to Chelsea, well, you look at Ben Chilwell. He was injured for large amounts last season, but if he's back fit again and ready to go, who starts? Cucurella is early in his development, had a really good season at Brighton, but would he play more games over Chilwell? We don't know.
We'll leave you there. We'll get back to that. It's going to be a fascinating debate over the next few weeks.